One of our challenges at SkillCorner is being able to generate consistent tracking data from stadiums all over the world where camera positions can vary in terms of height, in terms of distance from the pitch, sometimes also being off-centre. So we're here tonight at the stadium like Sunderland to simulate those different situations. We have different cameras all located in different positions on the lower tier and the upper tier, and we will have a range of different broadcast and camera styles. We will have standard broadcast featuring replays and close-ups. We will have clean broadcast, and we will also have wide-angle tactical feed. So the goal here is to be able to compare and contrast the data from different locations and ensure that ultimately we can provide consistent data that is repeatable and reliable for our clients.
Once the match was completed, we collected the footage from the 10 cameras and compared each output to ground truth data. The ground truth data comes from the official tracking system used in the English Premier League. We validated both the XY tracking data and derived physical aggregates. For top speed, we used SkillCorner's very own PSV99 metric, which is peak sprint velocity in the 99th percentile, and applied it to both the ground truth and each camera's data. The first thing we had to do is evaluate our XY tracking accuracy and ensure that our computer vision pipeline performs consistently across all camera conditions. When looking at the core tracking quality metrics, the results are very strong. We consistently were able to detect a very high percentage of players on the pitch, and we were also able to correctly identify those players with a high degree of accuracy. Ball tracking performance is equally as successful across every camera position, particularly when the ball is below 2 meters in height, where positional accuracy remains consistently high. Next, we evaluated the physical load aggregates, focusing on 2 KPIs: peak speed, measured by PSV99, and speed endurance, measured by high-intensity activities. The mean absolute percentage errors are consistently low across all cameras and key metrics, demonstrating strong alignment with the ground truth. It's important to note that we're generating this data from a single camera setup and benchmarking against an elaborate multi-camera system, so some degree of error is both normal and expected. We do see marginally higher average errors from cameras positioned off-center along the x-axis. However, in global football, off-centered camera placement is an anomaly rather than the norm, and we're satisfied with how contained the impact is in these rare scenarios. Another considerable challenge in player detection is the presence of striped jerseys, so this is something that we wanted to test explicitly. We compared average error between the 2 teams: Sunderland, whose jerseys feature stripes beneath the squad numbers, and Sporting, whose jerseys do not. The results are clear. The difference in average error between the 2 teams was statistically insignificant, meaning that our computer vision system is able to confidently handle striped jerseys without any loss of accuracy. To simulate a realistic scouting workflow, we investigated how player rankings from each camera aligned with the ground truth. Rankings remained highly stable across all cameras and all key metrics. Where correlations are marginally lower, the differences are minimal, usually limited to 1 or 2 position swaps rather than any significant change in the overall order. In short, our outputs preserve the integrity of player rankings regardless of camera position. And ultimately, that's what the goal of this experiment was: to show that camera location does not compromise performance. We have shown and proved that wherever cameras are installed in stadiums across the world, SkillCorner delivers accurate, consistent, and reliable data.